live.
So, I sent over the audio for Epcot Forever to Ed to get added to
Ooh, the radio
the
station.
Dreamfinder Radio. So I sent that today. I put it in a chat where you could see it as well, just in case you may have wanted to download it to the computer.
I already have it
Or
because our most recent Disney Nerds podcast is saying goodbye to Illuminations and hello to Epcot Forever. So I had to grab
Oh,
the
you had
audio for it.
gotcha. God, had I known that, I would have just gotten the audio from you instead of sitting here for 11 minutes.
I do have it. It's sitting right on my computer. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Disney Nerds Podcast Live. While we are sharing the show, please make sure you share as well.
What's up, Ryan? How are you? David, how's it going, buddy? Good to see you. Uh, David, how are you, buddy? Thanks for joining. Margie, Victoria, thanks for popping in. Glad to see you guys. Give us a few minutes to get the show shared out. Hello, Anthony. We're going to be sharing the show. If you could do the same and share the show for us.
I did the community by accident, just a heads up.
You do what?
I did the community already by
Oh,
accident.
that's fine. That's fine. Um, Glad to see everybody here. What's up, Brandon? Brandon, you ready for Saturday? Hello, Brandy. Sophie. Hey, Megan. Hello, Hector. Thanks for joining. Come on in. We're going to get started here in just a couple minutes. We just want to get the show shared out. If you could help and share the show, please.
I have a housefly flying around me, and
Hello, Kimberly. I think this is new.
the
That when you show the comment, it shows their profile picture now if they're on Facebook.
it's
Before,
back. Yeah. Yep.
oh, it's back. I did it before.
Yeah, I did it a long time. I did it when we first started, and then it went away. Now it's back.
I have not changed my background in a while.
That's okay. That's a great food and wine background.
There you go, Ryan. Since he brought it up. Thank you, Anthony, for sharing.
Yep, we appreciate it. Are they playing at home this week?
They are. I'll be at the
In
game.
Florida?
I will be at the game. I'll be at the game. Me and Adi and Wyatt are going to the game, and Brandon's going to the game. Hello, Paul from Texas. How are you, buddy? You're not that far from me. I'm in New Orleans.
There, how's that for you, Victoria? Hey, Lana, how we doing tonight? Sometimes it's just that I'm not being loud enough.
Just getting this shared out in the last couple places here.
Let me know if I have improved, please. So yeah, lots of yes, I did, Sophie. Thank you so much. Lots of things going on.
Lots of things going on.
Lots of things. It's been a little bit of a crazy week at Walt Disney World, certainly.
Lena, how you doing? Heather, let us. It looks like it's better. Sometimes when we're sharing it, we're looking down at our phones and not talking into the microphone, so we don't come over as clear. These you have to be right in front of the microphone in order for it to really come through. Sophie's asking, did you share in Disney Nerds already?
I did.
Yes, Sophie. Thank you. Oh yeah, and Victoria says that's better.
Beautiful. We appreciate that feedback. So yeah, we had a crazy, what was it, Saturday night? Where the heck was I? It must have been Saturday night. When the Skyliner went down.
Yes.
And things got a little wonky over at Walt Disney World. It got
Yeah.
a little crazy.
Yes.
Word spread very quickly. It was very wild, and it looks like a couple of Skyliner cars came offline at the Riviera station and crashed together, and it's been a little crazy. Now we drove under the Skyliner today, the Hollywood Studios line. They were all running, but they were all running at a much slower pace than what they were usually running at. So, and from what I gather, they are still down to
So this is the official statement from Disney. I know a lot of you guys know, but some of you may not, that sometimes the Disney Nerds podcast gets updates from, we get media invites and such from Disney Parks. So we're kind of on the email list when they do official announcements and stuff like that. So the official announcement they put out, and this is October 6th, that they have a team diligently looking into the cause of the malfunction on the Epcot line of the Disney Skyliner. We have been in contact with the guests, many of whom were on the Skyliner for more than 3 hours until we were able to restart the system. We express our sincere apologies for the inconvenience and continue to work with each guest individually. So, I think they'll get it fixed. I mean, look, it's brand new.
they'll get it fixed for
Yeah.
certain. They'll get it fixed.
I think that would be something they would have caught during all the testing, because they tested it for a long time. So it's interesting that they did not get that fixed during testing. It does make me nervous too, Sophie. I feel like I'm going to have to let that go for a while before I get on it. I don't know if I'll be getting on it in November.
So the catch here is, if you really want to test it out and you're really interested in doing it, right now the only line, when they open this back up to guests, the only line that's having problems right now is the Epcot line.
Yeah.
That's the line that's having problems. And if you're familiar with what the Skyliner looks like, that line starts at Caribbean Beach, goes up, and then comes down into the Riviera where it pivots, where it turns at a station going rather slow, and then it goes back up, and then it goes to a turn location. The turn location is located at Boardwalk, where it turns, and then it goes into the International Gateway.
Hi, Bill.
All those twists and turns they're certainly having an impact on the Skyliner system. The ones that aren't having problems is Hollywood Studios to Caribbean and Pop and Art to Caribbean. Both those lines are not having problems, and they are straight shots. They are not turning. So if you do want to test it out and everything's up and running, those lines, I have not heard of any issues on those lines.
But are they still running, or did they shut the Skyliner, the whole thing down?
See, I haven't gotten confirmation. Everything I'm reading is that the Skyliner is currently down.
Right. I think they shut the whole thing down until they get this figured out.
Yeah, until they figure it all out. But right now, I got stuck for 20 minutes the first day one, and that was at the Riviera. We were stuck in the station, but it was like for 20 minutes, and it was on the Epcot line. That Epcot line just does a lot of twists and turns, and I think that once they got people on there, I don't think they were prepared for what was going to happen.
And I think the issue was that one of the ride vehicles did not make it out of the loading station in the correct amount of time, and the other ones it just backed up. They just started running in each other. Brandon says, such a shame Disney added the bumper car feature to the Skyliner and fans don't appreciate it. It does make it more exciting. It makes it more of a thrill ride.
Right? Feels like a thrill ride anyways.
Lana said, I told everyone from the beginning this mama won't be on it. I don't know. I'm sure they're going to get this straight.
And they're not even packed, to be fruitfully honest with you. They're not full.
Joseph,
putting people on them, they're not full. They're not loading them up.
Yeah, they're doing one party per car. So if your party's only 3 people, you can have 3 people in one car from what I've seen.
And that's what they did with so on Friday morning, I rode the Skyliner and with my mother and my niece, and it was just the 3 of us on the car. It was perfect.
Joseph, the official DVC resale location for the Disney Nerds podcast is DVC Resale Market. You can reach out to Derek or Nick over at DVC Resale Market, and they can help you out. I just actually in the process of buying DVC.
Yes. So exciting.
Tina, when are you going to be there in November? We will be down there for the Disney Nerds podcast meetups on November 8th and 9th. I may have told you that before, but I don't remember. But we'll be there for the Disney Nerds podcast meetups on the 8th and 9th. If you're there and you're interested in attending. Sophie said she thinks she's sticking to the buses. I don't think they're gonna run during hurricane season anyway, so I don't think it was wind or anything like that caused it. There was no bad weather or anything like that.
No, it was beautiful out. It wasn't bad at all.
Yeah.
It for some reason it lost power. The system itself lost power, and two things jumped the track at the station.
Hey,
Hey,
Susan, how are you? Thanks for joining. Paul said, I wish I was on it. I would have taken the gift card and drank German beer in Epcot. I'm with you.
For a long time.
I'm sure they took care of the people who got stuck on it.
I got a list of what they got. I don't know whether or not.
And it probably depended on how long you were on it, because some people got off in an hour, some people were on it more than 3 hours. So that's kind of what the Disney's official message said, is that we're working with each guest individually.
Yeah, I know there were some people that had made mention that they had gotten $200 in gift cards plus Hopper 4-day Hopper passes. So it really did vary upon what it is that they, what was going on with them.
Megan's asking, how does the loading/unloading process work? Does it come to a stop like the People Mover, where it slowly comes in? No, it just when it gets into the station, it just moves real slow.
Moves very, very, very slow.
The platform does not move, correct? You're just expected to keep up with it and hop in.
Which is literally, it's like a snail's pace. It's moving very slow.
Yeah.
Now, if you have a hard time with that, they do have one at the station. They have two that are off the line that are stopped.
Handicapped.
So you can drive an ATV onto it. You can wheel a wheelchair onto it.
And they just shove it in.
Or if you yourself are having a problem with stepping onto something that's moving, they'll be happy to take you.
So they just put you in there while it's stopped, and then they move it and put it in line in front of one of the other ones.
Correct.
Heather says, random question about the gondolas. How long does it take to get from Epcot to Hollywood? I know they have stops, but is it faster than the bus? I would say the boat would probably be, or walking would probably be your best bet in that scenario.
The boat itself is about 25 minutes.
The Skyliner's got to be longer than that because you have to transfer stations.
You got to come in, and then if it's going at the pace that it was going at today, yes, it's almost equidistant. It's almost 25 minutes.
Yeah.
And so really going from, I haven't seen this yet. I'd have to go back to the Caribbean Beach and report back. But I would tell you that going to Epcot, there is a line. There's a woven line going back and forth at the Caribbean Beach station for the Epcot line. So you could be waiting in line for a little bit once you get from studios to that station, and that slows you down. The upside to that, Kimberly, not that this bears any weight, but it was nighttime.
Yeah, at least they it wasn't in the middle of the day. It wasn't at 1 o'clock in the afternoon with sun just beating down on you.
Right.
Lori says, we had an issue on the Stitch ride one year. My daughter's bar came up. Thank God it wasn't a moving ride. That's scary.
Oh.
But those bars moved.
Yes.
Because when he jumped on you, they would move up.
Yeah,
and
they go up and down.
I could see how that would miss the latch and come up. Not be locked in like a roller coaster. Brandon says they have to keep them down until they fully understand what. Yep, absolutely. And may build in some redundancy to keep them from having it again. Absolutely, it's a learning process.
They will, and if you're at the Epcot, if you're at the Caribbean Beach station, there is brass on top of brass. I call it Disney brass. There are Disney guys in suits there trying to pay attention to what is going on and where things are going and what's going. Just so that if something happens, they actually are right there. And I
bet some of them are Disney, and I bet some of them are the people who made the Skyliner.
Right.
Because obviously Disney didn't make it.
Engineers sitting right there trying.
Yeah, they bought it from somebody who makes those style of, some company that makes gondolas. So I'm sure they got them on their staff there too to figure out what's going on. Sandra, I would tell you, go to the Disney Nerds Podcast Facebook page and go to the event section, and both of the events are listed there. But the one Friday night is at Epcot. We're going to meet in Canada at 6. 6.
Came in at 5. I want to say 5, but I might be wrong on that.
5 or 6. We'll probably get there around 5, even if it's for 6. If it's for 5, we'll get there around 4:30, just so we're there before everybody else gets there. And the one on Saturday is at 10 o'clock at the Magic Kingdom on Center Street, which that's our scavenger hunt. So if you walk in the Magic Kingdom and going down Main Street, it's the first street right by the jewelry store that you take a right by Pandora, that little dead end. You take a right down that little dead end street. It's the only way I'm riding is if I have a drink around the world and it's wrapped.
Yeah, I was just laughing at that comment.
Yeah, it's definitely a bummer. I would not want to be stuck. Oh, Paul, you're just gonna miss us, man. I'll be there through the 10th. Lisa will be there indefinitely.
Friday is at Epcot. Scavenger hunt Saturday at Magic Kingdom.
I am not 100% sure, and I have not seen Morgan on tonight. Do you know if we have an article about the progress?
I haven't seen an article on there about the Tron building progress. I will tell you that it is coming along nicely. I was just on the Tomorrowland Transportation, the Wedway People Mover, if you're old like me.
Yep.
On Sunday with my mother, and it's coming along really nice.
Frank, I don't think they had any issues that we know of when they were testing it. I think if they did, they would have postponed the opening of it.
Yeah, no, they didn't at all. And even when they were it had been running for a long time. I mean, really, that thing was kicking for
months.
Yeah, it was kicking for a long time. And then they did the cast member preview. Then they did the media preview. And then they didn't even do a soft opening for it. They just opened it up that Sunday, the 29th, and it was ready to roll. But even on Sunday, the 29th, that was the day I got stuck for about 20 minutes at the Riviera station. But again, I think that Epcot line has, it has two turns in it. And that's maybe 2 more turns than the other 2 lines have.
Yeah. Kristen says it took them 8 minutes from Caribbean to Hollywood Studios and about the same to Epcot. So there you go.
Yeah, with the waiting in line in between.
Yeah.
Take that into consideration.
You're welcome, Sandra. I hope you can make it. Yes, Victoria, put school first. Absolutely. Yes, once you're out of school, then you can come do a meetup.
I just did something crazy from a school perspective today.
You think it would cost them more than just adding more monorail lines? Or do you think this will cost them more? No, way less than monorail lines. The infrastructure for monorails, all that cement track has got to be ridiculously expensive.
I think it's calculated at for each post that holds the monorail is about $1 million.
Mark says, "I'll take the gondola trip any day. Stop being Elsa, a snowflake." Maybe, man. I don't want to be stuck in the air though. I didn't.
5 p.m. on Friday.
5 p.m. for Friday. Thank you, Megan, for checking that for us. I couldn't remember. I know that in years past it's always been 5 p.m., but Epcot's closed at 9 in years past, and this year it closes at 10. Well, maybe not. Maybe it closed at 10, but they didn't push the concert back. This is the first year.
This year they've pushed them back.
This year they pushed that last concert back.
Is it 8:30? Yep.
I think it's at 9. I think the last concert is at 9. I think we're going to be at American Adventure for 9, and then Epcot Forever will be at 10.
I have not seen that live.
Are you just going to wait?
I've gotten feedback on it live, but I haven't.
You're going to wait until I'm there?
I'm maybe, given the feedback I've gotten.
Chris Hiller seemed to really, really like it in person. He thought the live stream didn't do it justice.
Yeah, okay.
Ina says, I want to say when they tested it, the gondolas that they were not all 300 with weight in all of them. Well, that may be true. Hey, Adi, how's it going, buddy? Thanks for joining.
Hey, Adi, how we doing tonight?
Ryan, I don't think I could afford the Star
No.
Wars Resort when it opens. Sorry.
I could not afford it at all. I can only hope that they'll allow me to walk through the lobby.
Go in the lobby. I don't know if you'll be able to.
I bet I won't.
The way they're talking about it just being an immersive experience, I bet the only way you're going to go in there is if you're staying there, and once you go in, I mean, it's like they're comparing it to a cruise ship. So, I don't have Randy money to go and stay at the Star Wars Resort.
But if Randy does want to,
Yeah, if he wants to take me, I'll go. Yeah, or he just wants to take me, I'll go. I could be a much better kid than Ryan.
Oh.
Megan says we don't have a post on the Tron ride, not the the updated post, but she'll get one up for you. So there you go. Yeah, Jacqueline says it's been running for at least a solid month as of now. You were there August 20th, and it was moving in. It was moving in. When did I go to the Toy Story 4?
Yeah, that was June 9th.
June 9th, and it was running June 9th. It was the first time I got to see it, drove underneath it, and saw it running.
What am I looking at here? Yes.
Oh, that's awesome, Marie. I'm definitely jealous.
That's fantastic. Paul, they did come in and swing a little bit at the end. They come in a little. I said it to my mother.
Comes in a little hot.
Comes in a little hot. I got to put my foot out and hold on for dear life.
Chloe is asking, has anyone ever done Cinderella's Royal Table dinner with VIP fireworks location and after fireworks dessert event?
I've done Cinderella's Royal Table. I've done the fireworks dessert event. I've never done the VIP fireworks location, but I'm going to guess that's probably the grassy knoll.
I bet. It's probably a great place to watch it from, and probably not a lot of people there.
Right.
So that may be worth, I don't know what it costs, but that may be worth the money.
Yes. Jimmy, I'm going to jump down for just a second.
Okay. Oh, she took the music with her. We've actually seen the last time, it wasn't last year, it was year before last. Me and Lisa were leaving Magic Kingdom, and we got to see Nick Lachey and I forgot who else it was. I'll ask her when she comes back. But we got to see them recording stuff. Matter of fact, we ended up on TV a little bit. We were hard to find, but we ended up on TV. Yes, Ryan, I have done the behind the scenes tour. We did that as a group one year for one of the meets. They may have a media event. I'm gonna miss Illuminations too, Paul. It was my favorite. But I really do like, so far, I really like Epcot Forever. I don't think it's better than Illuminations, but we also have to remember that Epcot Forever is just a temporary show until the Harmonious comes out. Brandon, I believe you. I don't remember that, but I remember them being up during Mardi Gras, but I don't remember them moving. But I'm not, I mean, it's hard. I don't remember 100%. Yes, Emus, Spaceship Earth will be having a major overhaul. I think they can improve Spaceship Earth. It's getting kind of dated. So, Angie, is that inside of Cinderella's Royal Table during the fireworks, or for the viewing area? What's up, Jason? How are you, buddy? The Riviera Resort. Then I got to see a a model of the rooms at the Riviera. The Riviera is the new DVC resort that's by Caribbean Beach, but then they also have the Grand Destino Tower, which is the new section of Coronado Springs that's not DVC. Oh yeah, Julian Huff. So it was Nick Lachey and Julian Huff that me and Lisa saw leaving when they were recording the Christmas parade.
So the Riviera Resort doesn't open until December. It's not even open yet.
Glad you're here, Chris. We were talking about you just a little bit ago.
Work, sir.
He's got to work to buy me that beer once he loses that bet.
I don't know why Stephanie even allows him to do it anymore.
He always loses. I told him any chance Florida had of beating LSU was lost the minute he bet on them. So Chloe says, no, it's actually a special event that is hosted by Cinderella's Royal Table called the Signature Celebration Package, where you pay $199 per person, includes dinner at Cinderella's Royal Table, then the fireworks at the West Plaza Garden, which is the grassy knoll, and then the after fireworks dessert party at a restaurant in Tomorrowland. It's not at an actual restaurant. It's underneath the noodle station.
No, that would be different. Yeah, yes. The after fireworks would be over at the noodle station, over in tomorrow on your way.
I mean, I guess it technically is a restaurant, but it's not an indoor restaurant. It's outside seating, but it's all covered. Last year, me and Kim saw, I think, 98 Degrees. The year before was Julian Huff and Nick Lachey, right? That was 2 years ago. Lisa.
2 years ago was Julian Huff,
Nick Lachey.
And then I think they were setting up the castle for multiple experiences, but we didn't get a chance to.
Last year, me and Kim walked in and they were recording some of the stuff with the people on the stage in front of. Kim was so mad though because she's never really seen the castle and the Christmas lights, because last year we were there and everything was decorated, but they would turn them on and turn them off. They wasn't just staying on because they were filming different segments of the show. Heather, I agree. I am also excited for all the love coming to Epcot. Epcot is going to be a completely new experience.
For those of you coming to Walt Disney World in the very near future, I mean between now and the end of the year and probably until March, they have turned the Odyssey into the preview center for what Epcot is going to bring. I can't tape it. I can barely take pictures of it to capture what they've done to make the preview center is gorgeous. And the colors are amazing. And nothing I do, I think, will bring it justice. So carve out some time if you're going to Epcot for about 15 to 20 minutes of the presentation that they have at the Odyssey. It's amazing.
Definitely need to go see that. Jason said we got to see the cast of Descendants about 2 years ago in November, taping the Christmas show. That's cool.
We got to see the cast of the cast of Bunked, which we didn't realize that's who we were looking at.
We didn't know who they were, right? I remember. Right.
Which is, half the cast of the Descendants at that point. But that was fun. I was like, who the heck are these people?
And they didn't even have like a lot of people like surrounding them. They just had like 3 or 4 people like blocking them from the crowd, and then they were filming them with a camera. And we were like, what's going on? Who's this guy?
When is the taping for the Christmas parade?
Well, in Walt Disney World, they don't do the parade. They haven't done the parade in years. The parade part of it is in Disneyland. But they do a lot of the entertainment in front of the castle in Walt Disney World. And they do, like when we saw Julian Huff and Nick Lachey, they were facing down Main Street, and they were filming them in front of the train station.
Yes.
Or was it the other way? No, they were facing down because we were behind them.
We were behind them. So
it was a long shot down Main Street.
Long shot down Main Street, yes.
Yeah, which was cool. He says I did Cinderella roll table one time after the Christmas fireworks at 11. It was quiet and the service was amazing. That's cool.
Yeah, that is great. Chris says he's not losing the bet this year. Chris, send me a private message letting me know where you intend on watching that game. Maybe I'll come with my LSU hat.
Yes, you will. Matter of fact,
I'm not doing anything on Saturday.
If they win, I'll give up my drink to Lisa, and he can just pay you. He can just pay up his debt immediately.
We can go watch it somewhere, Chris. You can come to my house. I don't care. We can watch that game.
Bar at Splitsville, best place to watch.
Yeah, but I like audio.
Sporting
events.
All right, Victoria. Thanks for joining. Glad to see you.
Victoria, I hope everything's great with you. Good luck. Keep studying.
Paul said I got to Spaceship Earth special top floor because I'm retired military. That's a place that is going to be the new space diner. Oh, that's cool.
That's really cool. Chloe, I would say that event is worth the price. If it's your thing, that's something super special. And it
would not be my thing.
It wouldn't be your thing.
I would not spend $400 for me and my wife to do that. I would spend $100 for me and my wife to go to another restaurant, maybe California Grill, and then take the rest of the money and go do something like
$200 to go to California Grill.
Okay, and then I would take the other $200 and go do something like the Keys of the Kingdom tour. That's a 5-hour event.
Yeah.
The dessert party is an hour long. The fireworks are 20 minutes. That's a lot of money to spend for not a whole lot of.
I think
Look, it depends on the person.
I'm going to California Grill tomorrow night because it's Angela and I's 3 years anniversary was Sunday, and we had family in town, so we didn't do anything. So this is tomorrow night's our date night.
I've heard mixed reviews about Cinderella's Raw Table. It just would not be for me. I'm not saying Chloe shouldn't do it. But and we don't know how many people's going, but to drop $400 on that for me is just, I can't see it. Brandon says 98 Degrees is playing tonight at Epcot. Yeah, they've been there for a couple nights. Tonight must be there. Tonight and tomorrow is like, they must have been there for a while then, because I saw some
7th and 8th. That's it.
Well, who was there the other day?
7th, 8th, or 8th and 9th. What do you mean who was there the other day?
Oh, maybe it was last night. Was it last night and tonight?
I'd have to look it up.
Yeah, it has to be, because I've saw somebody live streaming it, and that must have been last night. So 7th and 8th is probably right. Some of them play for 3 days.
Sugar Ray, I think, had it for 5. Did
he really?
Yeah.
He's awesome, though. They're awesome. I keep calling him he. Edwin yells at me.
All right. So
I agree, Heather. Go Braves. I'm with you.
And then Chloe's question: if you could give me one tip for each park at Walt Disney World for a first timer, what would you tell me? Because I need an insider's edge. I'm going to give her the same tip that you would likely give her, and it's the same for every single park. Don't go to the park expecting to do everything. Slow down.
Yep, I would say slow down. Just a general, hey, first time, this is the rule. Slow down, suck it all in. Look for the things that most people walk by. It's not all about riding Space Mountain, Big Thunder Mountain, and Splash Mountain, although those things are great. There's a lot of little hidden details. Go buy a hidden Mickey book. I recommend. They don't sell it in the parks anymore. They used to. I like the Steve Barrett hidden Mickey book. You can get it on Amazon for about $12. It's set up like a scavenger hunt. And spend some time just looking for hidden Mickeys. It's broken down by park. And you'll notice by doing that, you'll automatically catch a lot of cool details in the parks by slowing down and doing something like that.
And that's my biggest thing. I know it's always Jimmy's biggest thing. Just slow down and enjoy. Don't walk past somebody that's performing. Don't walk past the barbershop quartet. Don't walk past the Dapper Dance. Don't walk past the
You don't have to stand
characters
there.
on Main Street.
You don't have to stand there for 30 minutes and watch their whole set. But take 5 minutes and watch.
If the
Because-
performers are coming down Main Street on the trolley, stop and watch them.
Watch it. It's great. That's what you're paying for at a Disney park, is all those. Brandon tried to bet Chris Hiller annual passes. Chris denied. He wasn't that confident. Plus, Stephanie would kill him. I loved Keys to the Kingdom. Loved it. Done it once with Lisa, me and my wife, and Lisa and Angela, and I've done Marceline and Magic Kingdom like 3 times because I love it so much, and it's only 3 hours, and it's like I don't know if I would have just done it on my own 3 times, but every time it's like I had another group of people with me, and I'm like, you got to come check this tour out.
Would you do Keys to the Kingdom on your very first trip, though?
No.
So.
Well, I didn't know that was her first trip when I told her that.
Yeah. Emma, so have a good night. Our next comment here. Chloe is going with her parents and only needs to pay for herself. That is fantastic.
I still don't know if I'd pay $200 for that. I don't think I would.
How are we doing today, Nathaniel?
Hey, Nathaniel.
Thank you for joining us, Paul. Have a good night.
Thanks, Paul. Ryan, my email is jimmy@thedisneynerdspodcast.com. Brad says, pick 3 rides per park and enjoy the scenery before, during, and after.
That's his advice.
Can't argue with that.
I can't argue with that at all. That's great advice.
If this is your first trip, Chloe, I agree with Lisa. I would not do a Keys to the Kingdom tour or something like that. I think that's something you do later on when you're really looking to dig into some major details. And it's, I was always a little bit worried about it kind of ruining the magic for me. It did not do that at all. But I don't know how much of that I would have wanted to see early.
No, I think that the timing that you took, you probably could have done it a little sooner.
Yeah.
But it made you want to go out and buy books, is what it made you want to do.
After about your 3rd or 4th trip, I would do something like Keys of the Kingdom. With that being said, I think there are some tours that wouldn't be a bad choice for somebody, maybe not on their first trip, but some tours that you could do earlier. Like a Behind the Seeds.
Yes.
Which is like $25. It lasts an hour. It doesn't eat much time. Definitely ride the monorail. That's a big one. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. $200. The dessert party is what, usually $100?
Yeah. And dinner at Cinderella's Royal Table could run you a bit as
$50
well.
maybe?
More than that.
For one person?
It's prefixed, yes. You could find it out right now by looking it up.
I don't think it's 50 per person though. I don't think it would be more than 50 for one person.
Challenge accepted.
That's just ridiculous then. Go to Ohana.
Which is what?
35, 40.
Yeah, it's probably 40 a person. And
then you got to add a drink, if you're going to drink a soft drink or tea, but I mean, you can go there and drink water.
Good evening, Maria. It's okay that you're late.
Hey, Maria. Dee said for the first time, it might be worth it to not have to fight the fireworks crowd. Maybe. I'm more on board with Megan's idea. Go to CRT, for dinner, have dessert there, then go out and find a decent seat for the show. CRT has a 50-50 chance of good food and service. My other thing is that you're going to go to Cinderella's Royal Table, then go to the fireworks, and then go to the dessert party. I mean, you just ate at Cinderella's Royal Table. How much of it, so what's the value of the dessert party?
Well, there isn't a lot. The dessert party is not what you think it is.
Yeah, I don't
It's like dessert tapas. It's really like
I
tiny,
know.
tiny thing.
Sam does it. I don't see the value in them.
It's all about location. You're not paying for the dessert, you're paying for the location.
But what are you getting though? If the package comes with the viewing area of the fireworks and then a separate dessert party somewhere else, it seems like it's, I don't know. I don't understand.
Yeah.
Maybe I need to read more about the package.
Right.
Joe Diebold, let me give you a shout out, brother. Joe Diebold sent me this great.
I was gonna say he's got the calendar out right now, which looks phenomenal.
The pictures are just incredible.
Look at that.
That's my birthday month, January. I mean, it's just, the picture is incredible. And then there's multiple pictures because behind the calendar, it's not as brilliant as the top picture, but there's another picture behind the calendar. So I definitely recommend, if you're a Disney fan and like just want to see, it's a great, it's a great thing.
That's beautiful.
So Moments of the Magic. Follow Joe's page, Joe Diebold, at Moments of the Magic. Find him on Facebook, and you can order a 2020 calendar.
Oh,
I mean, he's
the
just
pictures are stunning.
he's an incredible photographer. I mean, and it's all Disney themed, so it's quite amazing. Gotta be careful because the bottom of that's green, so it takes out in my.
Yeah, it is stunning.
That's an incredible shot.
With that.
Oh, he's got an amazing job. So head over to Moments of the Magic Facebook page. Check out Joe Diebold's work and order a calendar. They're fantastic. $60 a person at Cinderella's Royal Table. And that's a fixed price.
That's a fixed price.
Hello, Mark from Buffalo, New York. How about them Bills? Yeah, Joe Diebold's up that way.
Yes, he is. Back up in upstate New York. So dinner can be at 5. Then you meet them at the plaza. So by the time the dessert party comes around, you might be hungry again.
Okay, so it's not back to back to back.
Right.
Well, that makes a little more sense in my opinion.
Timing wise, that does seem to make a little bit of sense.
It's kind of like it's like the dining packages for like the processional or the Eat to the Beat. The dining part could be for lunch, and you go back to the
right.
It just gives you
Eat to the Beat show, right?
Yeah.
Just like Candlelight Processional, same way.
I would recommend the Unofficial Guide to Walt Disney World. Is a great place to start. And I would also recommend the Hidden Mickey book by Steve Barrett.
Yes.
I have one around here somewhere.
I think all my stuff's still packed.
But Steve Barrett, in both of those, you could probably get both of those books for $25 combined on Prime.
Yeah, they're great planning books. Those are things that you really want in order to get yourself ready for your trip. When are you coming down again? I missed the dates on her trip. So
I'm not sure she shared.
What was that?
I'm not sure she shared the dates.
So we were just ridiculously rude and didn't ask her.
Either that or I don't remember.
That's fantastic. Yes, Megan, check out the Disney Nerds podcast blog. We do have a lot of stuff on there as well. Just some tips and tricks from some of the people that go I'm Canadian, so it's a lot more than $25. Oh no. So she'll be down here April 18th to April 25th, 2020. So you'll also have Flower and Garden in your back pocket over at Epcot.
Yep, that's true. So Flower and Garden Festival over at Epcot is fantastic. So definitely separate some time to go.
Brad, that's a great tip. Is to get up at, if you're an early riser, go early in the morning, then back to your resort, and then go back in the evening later. The park looks totally different at night. There are attractions that you ride, Expedition Everest and Thunder Mountain, that are so significantly different. They're a different ride from daytime to nighttime. So definitely take advantage of that. Flower and Garden, make sure you ride the monorail to Epcot. That's great advice.
Great views for flower of Flower and Garden from the monorail.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's so really your mother and you like flowers. Try to book behind the seats. And maybe I'm speaking out of turn, but I really think you guys would love behind the scenes if you like flowers.
Yeah, it's really good, and it's like $25. I think it's maybe $29, and then you can get a discount if you have a Disney Visa.
Why did Epcot not go directly to Harmonious after Illuminations? Do you know this answer?
No, I mean I would think that's I don't know for sure. I think they wanted something interim because of the changes they're doing to Epcot. But there's probably also some logistical stuff that needs to be worked out with Harmonious.
It's more than that. What they're putting together for Harmonious, what they're doing in the lagoon for Harmonious, they wouldn't be able to get the globe out there. They wouldn't be able to get the barges out there.
So there you go.
So they needed an interim.
They couldn't run Illuminations right up to it.
They couldn't. They couldn't run Illuminate. And I asked. They couldn't run Illuminations right up to it. They needed an in between that wouldn't impact or impede the infrastructure of Harmonious. So that's what they're doing for the next period of time, is they're building the infrastructure in the center of the lagoon for Harmonious. Oh, that's right. Splash Mountain at night is phenomenal. One of my favorite.
Thunder Mountain too.
Yes, one of my favorite views is a contemporary from up top of Splash Mountain. Yes, I don't know why Jimmy hasn't said that yet.
What?
Go see Carl.
That's a good one.
I went and saw Carl.
If you like, that's a good one. Go see Carl at the Rose and Crown. He usually works during the day and during the week. He's been there a long time. He's a really cool guy, cool bartender. Ask him to tell you his story. Say, hey, the Disney Nerds podcast told us to come say hello to you and get a drink from you. And we just wanted to hear how you came to work for Walt Disney World, and he'll tell you. He loves telling.
Jimmy, what's your favorite festival at Disney?
Festival, Food and Wine, then probably Festival of the Arts.
I think I might like Festival of the Arts better than Food and Wine.
Tisk.
I know. I plan to do Flight of Passage at night for all the bioluminescence. You can do Flight of Passage whenever you want.
I think she means just Pandora.
Yes, do
at
Pandora at night.
Yeah.
Don't be fooled. I did something kind of funky last Saturday night. We went to Animal Kingdom, and it was crazy busy, and the wait time for Flight of Passage was 125 minutes. Excuse me. Whew. It was 125 minutes, and it was a lot of hemming and hawing. I said, you know what? Let's go. We don't have a fast pass. Let's go and do it. We jumped in the line, and as we were walking, I thought, I don't know whether or not this is going to be 2 hours and 5 minutes.
And it wasn't.
We were on and off in an hour.
Yeah.
It was way off.
You know, I wonder what the touringplans.com lines app would have said about that, because we know that Disney sometimes uses those wait times to manipulate crowds.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that the Lines app from Touring Plans does. It kind of gives you a peek through that and lets you know, hey, this is what's posted, but you probably won't wait that. This is what you're probably more likely to wait.
And the expected wait time on the wait times app from Touring Plans had it at 90 minutes. So I thought, well, you know what, let's go, because 90 minutes is, we'd be willing to go for 90 minutes. So let's go. And it ended up being less than that.
Yeah. So also, Chloe, if you look in the Flight of Passage is fantastic. So don't pass up a Flight of Passage Fast Pass because it's not at night. You can go do Flight of Passage during the day, which is in the land, which it's still cool to see during the day. You really need to see Pandora twice because it's two different experiences.
It really is.
But the ride is inside, so it doesn't matter if you're there during the day or night. But you could visit the land the opposite. What are your dates, Joe?
Oh yeah, Festival of the Arts. I'm telling you right now, it's fantastic. Neither one of us have been to Euro Disney or Shanghai. I like Disneyland Paris.
I like Brad's suggestion. Bless you.
Thank you.
Just especially like during Flower and Garden. Just walk around and just eat small stuff from the booths instead of doing an actual meal. And we do that with Food and Wine. You can just walk around and just try all the different food, and after about 5 or 6 of them, it's a meal. You know.
Right. Yeah, I love Touring Plans as well. That is definitely a win.
I would still shoot for to try to get the Fast Pass. You're not going at a ridiculously busy time, I don't believe, in April. And you know what? Now that
very busy. It'll be very busy.
It's not as hard now that Toy Story Land's open, and by that time, both attractions and Star Wars Land will be open. It's not as hard to get Flight of Passage Fast Passes as it once was. I would also tell you, keep looking. Joe, we may be there during that time. We usually do a weekend. We usually do like a weekend trip off of Festival of the Arts over MLK weekend. Which I think worked.
Do you know when the marathon is this year?
I don't.
John Yelinsky will be down for the marathon. All right, Ryan. School is a priority.
Yep. Don't get yourself in trouble. Yeah, I mean, it just depends on when in April you go.
Yeah, it's up north. It's school vacation week that week.
In 16 days, I mean, it's going to be moderate to low crowds.
If you're going to do Epcot during the day. If you're doing it on the weekends, stay away from the weekend nights. It gets crazy.
Unless you like that vibe, because I like the weekend nights at Epcot during Food and Wine.
Oh, see, I don't, because they're crazy.
Yeah, I like crazy.
Too busy. You can't move.
I like.
They're insanely long.
I think in some places it's you can't move. Like there's bottlenecks, but I don't think it's that way.
It's not even that. It's that you want something at a booth. There's a line a mile long.
A lot of them. Yeah, I agree. I like the atmosphere. I like the weekend night atmosphere of Food and Wine. I like all the locals hanging out and having a good time. Yeah. Off property's 30 days, on property 60 days. I've been there. Not long ago, I was there and picked up a Flight of Passage Fast Pass 2 days before. So you just gotta keep looking. Lisa, what's your favorite restaurant?
The one I'm going to tomorrow night,
California Grill.
California Grill.
I've got a couple. I mean, I've got one favorite, but I've got a couple. I got a few that I really like. I mean, I think Ohana is my favorite for dinner.
And you'd need to book that 6 months in advance.
That one you probably got to pick up pretty early. But I also like Skipper Canteen, which is not hard to get.
You can get that same day if you want it.
Almost the same. Usually the same day you can get that. I really like Spice Road Table in Epcot.
That's the same day as well.
Again, you can pretty much get that the same day as you're there. I'm a fan of Coral Reef. I feel like most of the Epcot restaurants you could almost get a reservation a week in advance. I think there's just so many choices there that it spreads it out. I mean,
Even I was
maybe
you know what?
Le Cellier maybe is the only one that you
I looked up Le Cellier today
and you had
reservation. I looked up everything today,
And they
I booked something for tomorrow night, and Le Cellier was available.
I think especially in Epcot, I think it's tougher. Like Ohana is just really, really popular. You also got to be careful about the ones at the resorts because people don't need a park ticket to go. So those also get people that are don't have a park ticket and want to go to a restaurant, or locals that don't have tickets but they want to go eat at a nice restaurant. So Ohana and the resort restaurants get filled with those people too.
Say Disney Springs is that way too.
Yeah. Brandon says Cali Grill, Narcoossee's,
Oh, I like Narcoossee's. That's a good idea. And I love Yachtsman. And Kona's our favorite.
I've never been to Kona.
Oh, so good.
It's a lot of sushi, huh?
Kona?
Yeah.
They have sushi at the Island Grill, at the Kona Isle, which is where I got that beverage from today. Got frozen pog juice today. It was so good.
Love pog juice.
But I think they serve it there, but it's not their premier dish.
Oh, okay. I've never been to Cali Grill either. Lisa loves it. I probably will have to go there eventually.
Well, you do have an anniversary coming up.
Yeah. Probably go to Ohana for that. We did that for our 15th anniversary. I think we'll do the same thing for our 20. Who knows, though? And we're staying at the Poly. See?
What you got?
Thinking I'm staying at the Poly for our anniversary. I got to do Ohana. Last time I did it was for our 15. It's been 5 years because...
Yeah, I mean, Cali Grill is amazing. I'm right there with you, Maria.
I think I would like Cali Grill. It may be a little outside of my comfort.
In what way?
Like, it may be a little too nice for me.
Oh, if I can handle it, you can handle it.
Yeah. I mean, and it's a Disney restaurant. It's not like it's somewhere else.
No, there is no sit-down restaurant at Galaxy's Edge. You know where I think they're going to put one in?
Where?
The Baseline Tap House. We'll get into that some other day when I think they blow up that whole Muppets courtyard. Little baby steps. You're absolutely right, Kelly. Baby steps. You'll get there eventually. Oh, I still have I did the Grand Floridian Cafe, and albeit my service was a little rough, but the food was very good. And they don't have a brunch. They have a God, what did they call it? A blunch. So it doesn't come up as a brunch, but they serve breakfast and lunch together every single day from like 7 to 2.
Oh, my other favorite restaurant would be the Yak and Yeti.
Oh, that is very, very good.
Oh, see, Brandy, you're speaking to my heart. I did not know that.
They're just getting the quick service dining.
So,
Yeah.
Debo, I know a great travel agent that can help you plan that.
See, now we're talking. You're absolutely right, Brandon. Shake it up and try something new.
I try stuff new every now and then. Don't hate on Jimmy. I am a creature of habit, and it's hard to get me to. No, nobody's. It just opened today.
Just open, yeah.
I try stuff new. I just recently Spice Road Table, but just recently went there not too long ago. What else did we do that was new? Maybe that's it.
What else do we do? Nah, that's it.
Yeah. I am too, Brandy. I'm a creature of habit when it comes to my dining.
Sunday brunch at Maria and Enzo's. So, oh, see?
I like Coral Reef. It's been a long time since I've been there, but I like it.
My mother loved the lobster bisque there. Loved. Like, asked the chef to come out and give the recipe. Loved it.
No, your anniversary dinner will not be room service.
Wink, wink, nod, nod.
Your anniversary dinner will be wherever you want.
No need to get dressed up, Kim.
Your anniversary dinner will be wherever you want it to be.
I'll cook for you, Kim.
There you go. That works out great for Jimmy. That works out wonderfully for Jimmy and his pocketbook.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Your anniversary dinner, Kim, will be at Casey's. Corn dog nugget.
Dog of the month will be.
We'll get corn dog. We'll get some corn dog nuggets. Have you tried this?
Often look at yourself in the mirror and wonder how you made it 20 years. Because I do for you.
Have you tried the corn dog nuggets at Casey's?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
I've never had I've never had a corn dog in my life.
Get the F out of here. The corn dog nuggets are amazing.
I've never had a corn dog ever.
It's like kissing baby Jesus on the lips.
Well,
A little.
know how I feel about that.
A little. I know baby Jesus is your favorite Jesus.
Baby Jesus is my favorite Jesus.
I don't know enough about the Space Restaurant.
I don't know enough about it either.
Well, as we get more information, I'm sure I'd like to try it. I try one new thing every trip. Others are our usual haunts. Ohana's 50s Primetime and Coral Reef. I don't like 50s Primetime.
No, but you know what you do like? You really like sneaking into sci-fi.
I do like sci-fi. I do.
And you like Mama Melrose.
I do like Mama Melrose.
Kim, I miss you.
What is Mark? I don't know what Mark's referring to. I want to try this mobility device, and I'm afraid of the seating. Mark, what are we talking about? Maybe Garden Grill.
No, he's replying to Amanda, so he's talking about.
Oh, sorry. On our screen, we can't see your. I apologize. On our screen, we can't see if you're replying. We can't see if you're replying to somebody. I don't know why a mobility device would stop you from going to Coral Reef. Yeah.
Go and try it. They'll take care of you.
I think you'll be fine. There are like
weird seating.
Yeah.
They're going to get
you where you need to be. Yeah. I would not let that stop you. Yes, Brandy, corn dog nuggets for the win. Oh, you're having corn dog nuggets next time I'm in Disney World. I can tell you. If you don't have them before I get there, you will have some corn dog nuggets.
Amanda, you're here next week. Shoot me a message. I'll get you and your husband a drink for your anniversary. It'll be a Coke.
There's Kim.
The most expensive Coke you've ever had.
Kim says, I do like corn dog nuggets.
All right, so I'll deliver the corn dog nuggets to you. You can stay in your sweatpants.
And Megan says, my fiance must have corn dog nuggets from Casey's every trip. Must.
I've never had them.
Brandy, I don't think for me for 50s Primetime, it's not anything against that restaurant. That's just not my type of food.
Doesn't like good old home cooking.
I'm not middle America I'm from South Louisiana. I like very spicy, ethnic type of food, and so I'm not big into meat and potatoes. I love steak. I love a good steak, but not in a like, just not in that middle America food. There are a couple restaurants like Tutto Italia and Via Napoli, all owned by the same people. A Wiener Schnitzel, Hottie.
Yes, coral reef.
Yeah, Mark, you won't have. I don't think you'll have any
I
issues
don't have a problem at all.
with getting into coral reef if you're in a wheelchair or a scooter or whatever.
Right.
Mark says corn dog nuggets are the best. This whole conversation turned completely to corn dog nuggets because Lisa has not had them.
Sorry.
That's okay, Chloe. Adi says Wiener Schnitzel. There's a whole story about that.
Oh, Chloe, you must have been gone when we were talking about the Yak and Yeti.
Yes, Yak and Yeti is amazing. So there's a whole story about me and Adi and Kathy. This is before I was married to Kim, about Wiener Schnitzel. I'll tell you. Remind me to tell you about Wiener Schnitzel. Matter of fact, remind Kathy to tell you about Wiener Schnitzel.
Yes, that's what'll happen. I will remind somebody else.
No, remind me to have Kathy tell you.
Oh, okay. She tells it back.
You want the story from Kathy because me and Adi were inebriated.
Something tells me I've heard the story, but that's okay.
Me and Kathy worked together, and it was after a Christmas party at a restaurant.
I have heard the story. I've heard the story.
Okay. Yeah. So me and Adi were yelling.
It's so endearing.
We were yelling that we wanted Wiener Schnitzel from the convenience store.
The reason why I've heard this story is because of you screaming that you wanted a foot-long hot dog when we came back to the resort that one time.
Oh, so there you go. That's
how I heard the Wiener.
It was a very similar situation. Except at that time, I was probably with Adi and them. I was probably 18 and even more of an idiot.
It is Brandy, but he just doesn't like. It's not his style of food.
I'm not crazy about pot
roast. I won't knock it. I think 50/50's prime time. I think that's good food, and if you like that style of food, you know what? Mine is the experience is awesome. You can look at menus at every restaurant and see what appeals to you. They've got flavors for everybody.
I'm the same way with Liberty Tree Tavern because to me it's like the same type of food. Yeah.
Same thing. Jenny just made note here that she just ate it at it's Toledo. I said Toledo the other day. I think it's Toledo.
I think it's Toledo. I think Sam said because it's got the accent over the
emphasis over the syllable.
Yeah.
At Grand Destino, I was at the Dahlia Lounge last week and I loved it. What a great location that is. It is beautiful.
Mark, I like Mama Melrose, which is not. I guess it's like a California Italian.
You went to Terralina and liked it.
I like Terralina. Terralina was delicious. Yes. Just the Antipasta Tower had all the hard cheeses and the meats was fantastic. I probably almost had a stroke from all the sodium, but the food was fantastic.
Right.
Wiener Schnitzel.
PB&J shake for the win, Kelly. I agree.
Megan says, Jimmy, I got you. Lisa, for the meetup, we will hook you up with some corn dog nuggets. You don't even have to move, Lisa. You could just sit back in the chair and we'll throw corn dog nuggets.
I'll be fed. I bring my loincloth and my and just they can feed me like I'm grapes off the vine.
Yes, like the last time we had a meet at Tambu and you were sitting there with two lapus in your hand. You're like, I don't think you drank one then the other. I think you were just drinking out of both of them.
Same time.
Yeah.
Oh, Mark. Good night. Get some rest.
Oh God. Yak and Yeti is awesome. Awesome. PB and J shake at 50s. I may like that.
You can go to the
Tune In Lounge.
The Tune In Lounge and grab that for certain.
All right, Mark. Thank you for joining, brother. We'll see you next week. We're here every Tuesday night at 9 o'clock Walt Disney World time. Sometimes 9:05, but close to 9.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump off and watch the game for certain.
Is the game now?
Yeah, they're playing on the West Coast. They started off on the road.
Started. Yeah, we're going. Well, we're right at about an hour, I guess.
Yeah.
Started a little bit late. So we're gonna start shutting it down. If you got any last questions, comments, concerns, speak now. Forever hold your peace. What music were we listening to?
This is the music loop for the Pixar Pier area at Disney's California Adventure.
I like it.
I do too. I've been told the cheesecake at Disney is gross.
That is definitely a Canadian opinion, by the way.
Maybe it's just a Canadian opinion.
It's definitely a Canadian opinion because the cheesecake at Disney World is also, well, it depends on where you get it from. I mean, there's lots of cheesecake there. The cheesecake at Sunshine Seasons with the berry compote over it is amazing. Also, a ton of people love the tie-dye cheesecake from Pop Century.
Pop Century. Yep.
Kim, I imagine it depends on the type of food from the Northeast. I'm sure there's some seafood up there that I would like.
Yeah, there's certainly some flavors that you would like from the Northeast, but overall, it's that comfort food that's not appealing to you, and that's okay. That's the difference.
I'm not saying I wouldn't. So let me say this. I'm not saying that I wouldn't. I've eaten at 50's Primetime. I didn't think it was bad. But when I have multiple options, that's just not what I want to go with. How about that? Like, I didn't go there and eat there and go, that was terrible. It's just not appealing enough when I have other options. All right, Megan, good night.
Good night, Megan.
Good night, Chloe. Brandy. Thanks, Brandon. I'll see you on Saturday. I'm glad you're going to have plenty of food because I eat plenty of food.
There you go.
Are you going to have some alligator?
I like alligator. Alligator's good.
I guarantee I will eat some alligator on Saturday.
Well,
So-
it's your version of chicken.
So as Coach O would say, go Tigers.
It needs
Go Tigers. All right, guys. Thank you,
Brandon
guys.
keeps telling me the damn score. I'm going to lose my mind. So it's time to.
Sign off. So thank you guys so much. Kwaharini. Bonne nuit, les gens. Good night, people.
So long, everybody.